You know how many times I've had to now try and figure out what I said, what I did, what was my fault, what am I responsible for, what did I do to cause a divorce? Do you understand that when you go through a divorce, that it's not some shit that you could just get over quickly? You can't go smoke it away and drink it away. Even if you're in a brand new, if somebody sexually abused you when you were 15, 16 years old, you're now a man or a woman. Do you understand that somebody is going to try and you into not thinking about the rapist or the person who molested you or took advantage of you in any way sexually without your permission? That is complete violation. So to be in a brand new with a woman who has been sexually, then you have, as a man, you have to understand those sensitivities. You got to understand the things that will turn your woman off instantly if you say this, if you get too aggressive, if you this, if you that. So then you find yourself moving and operating within the sexual. Do you understand that? Okay, imagine this. Dealing with an unexpected divorce the way I'm dealing with. To this day, I still don't know why, what I said, what I actually did that could make her abruptly leave me the way she did. And then now I'm in a brand new with a woman that I truly love, who has been kind and nurturing and patient and has that level of agape love for me where she's just saying, I'm gonna love you from where you are. And what y'all don't understand is I'm doing the same thing for her. Zelly doesn't have an easy backstory. She didn't come from some walk in the park, some beautiful, extravagant, peaceful, agape level of love. This woman has been through so much, is unbelievable. But as a man, we initially found ourselves trauma bonding, as my therapist would say, and then we ended up finding that not only did we connect through some of our traumas that we can both relate to and we connected through, but then we found ourselves saying, wow, we're actually helping each other to heal from these triggers and these traumas. And yes, everybody argues and everybody has disagreements, but we have found that when things blow up, we get better. And I want y'all to understand, like, telling a man to stop thinking about the person who sexually abused them when they were 16 years old, or a grown woman to stop thinking about the person who sexually abused them, like, you got this living in your head rent free. If I'm still talking about it, it doesn't mean that they're living in my head rent free. It just means that I'm being grown enough to address what I'm actually thinking and I'm feeling and I'm carrying. Do you have any idea how many grown men and women who have been married multiple times, got kids, they're grown, they're powerful, they're successful, they're millionaires, thousandaires, hundredaires, whatever the case may be, and they're still struggling with the way their parents raised them and the things that they were exposed to and the things that they've been through? You have any idea how many people are still out here f***ed up over the things that they were exposed to as a child? Does that mean that your mama and your daddy is living in your head rent-free because you're still triggered and stressed out and traumatized by some of the things that you've seen, heard, and was exposed to? That's unbelievable, man. So I just want y'all to know that everybody that's in a brand new is still gonna have thoughts and feelings and triggers and certain discomforts and sensitivities and things that are still gonna be on their mind even though they're in a brand new situation. We are not robots. You cannot click a switch and say, oh, I'm in a new situation now, so I'm never gonna think about, talk about, or address anything about that. And if somebody truly loves you, they're gonna say, You can talk to me as often as you want about your ex. She talks about her ex, I talk about mine. And then in the midst of the things that hurt us, that we had to live and experience and try and survive, what ends up happening is, as long as you create a safe place to express those thoughts and feelings to you, then you can find yourself, if you actually have, you can find yourself saying, wow, I see that this and that, this was said, this was done, this really pissed my man off and made him so angry, and he's talking about it because he's angry about it. I'm gonna make sure as a woman that I never say that to him. I never do that to him. I never go about creating a level of vile, disrespectful energy towards him. And what makes you feel disrespected may be very different than what makes me feel disrespected.
What's up guys, welcome to Vibe City News Desk. Hope you're having an amazing day wherever you're watching us from. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for taking time to watch our content. We really appreciate your support. Now from the video to just watch, that was one Tyrese Gibson, and he just hopped on his Instagram live, just addressing the whole issue about divorce and some of the sexual traumas that people are going through each and every day of their life, and they don't get a chance to talk or express their feelings. And he just brought up this topic just relating to the divorce that he had a while back, and saying that all the challenges that he has been going through ever since the divorce happened between him and the ex-wife, that is Samantha Lee. And Tyrese Gibson has publicly discussed his divorce from Samantha Lee Gibson, describing it as a deeply painful experience. He has spoken about feeling betrayed and hurt, particularly by the financial implication of the divorce. We all know how the settlement, has been going through in the courts, and, the amount of money that, he has had, to dish out, to Samantha Lee. He also highlighted the emotional toll it took on him as a man, emphasizing the need for men to be able to express their feeling. And he's working on an album, better go and check it out, The Beautiful Pain, which was inspired by the same experience that he went through after the divorce. And according to Tyrese, he believes that people think that you can just move on past a divorce and forget about everything that happened. But according to him, that has been one painful experience, and he believes that there are many people out there who go through the same thing, and it has been hard for them to move on, especially divorce, any breakup, or even any sexual assault, because he believes that there are so many people who have gone through these experiences, but they choose to keep into themselves, and this is when they make things get worse. And if I just give you a brief breakup of the kind of relationship that Tyrese was talking about, and how it was, and the whole betrayal. And Tyrese felt that his ex viewed their marriage as a business arrangement, leading to a significant financial settlement after divorce. And he expressed that the divorce was one of the most challenging experiences of his life, causing him to question his understanding of love and relationships. And he said that he spoke about the social pressure on men to suppress their emotion, advocating for men, to feel comfortable expressing sadness and pain. And the divorce, fueled his creativity, inspiring the album, Beautiful Pain, which explored the beauty he finds in pain and healing process. And he acknowledges the support he received from some of his colleagues like 50 Cent during his difficult period, including a role in the famous TV series called Power, which helped him bounce back when he was still undergoing that post trauma, and was still processing the pain. He also spoke about moving on, and we all know that he's currently in a relationship with a woman called Zelly. And he came out saying that each and every time him and his current woman, that's Zelly, they both discuss about their past, so that they can help each other to heal and move on forward. And he believes that in every relationship we should not avoid talking about our past or our exes with our partners, because they are there to help us move on and just put us all in the right place. So he believes that, men who see it, as a bad thing, speaking about your ex or your past, with your current partner, you should, be open, because their main role is there, to hold you both, emotionally, and to just guide you into a perfect place. So Tyrese was just giving his thoughts and passing his message out there. And if you have heard everything that he has said, what comment or what opinion you have to give, go ahead and tell us down below in the comment section, and don't forget to like and share this video.